All right, let me talk about the final bit of The Empire of the Wild by Cherry Demeline. Um, yes, Joan goes to the camp to find Victor being lured there by Cecilia, who sets the fire, who ends up killing a woman and getting herself killed in the said fire. Um, and sh Joan finds Victor and is kind of able to get through to him. Heiser comes upon them, and she's like, "I'm gonna trap you. You're the Ruggaroo," and he laughs at her. It's like, "I'm not that. I'm a wolf senior," which seems to be something who can control wolves, and says he was burned with witches back in Europe, and this is their power, and I'm gonna take Victor and take him back, and you're gonna leave this alone, or you're going to die, and or something like that. I can't remember the thing. And Joan's like, if you can't get him, like, sexuality, you gotta cut him. And so she pulls out the knife and she cuts Victor, and down, and she's cradling him. And it's like, and Heiser's still kind of laughing, and this other guy shows up, and it's the other Ruggaroo that has been doing shit around here. Oh, and there is a revelation in this that Victor, as his newly turned Ruggaroo, did kill Mare, grandmother, which is kind of one of the things used to kind of batter him down. But and she gets bashed, and she ends up, blackness. She wakes up in the car, and she's zip tied, and it's like, well, we're going to take you, and Victor is going to kill you, because that's the best way to kind of just completely kill. He'll be completely under my control, and you won't be a bother anymore. But at that point, Victor breaks free of the thing, because in his kind of thing, he's been battling the Ruggaroo, and this other Ruggaroo, connecting with Joan. He breaks free. He attacks Heiser. He whacks the guy driving. They crash. Another blackness. Joan is gonna have fucking concussions after this whole thing. She's gonna be fucked up that way, that's for sure. As a regular person getting blacked out, knocked unconscious all these times, it's like, fuck, not great. Speaking of someone who knows people with head injury issues. Wake up again, and the Ruggaroo's like, oh, I'm free at this point. And it's like, we can help you. It's like, oh no. And he's Robe is what he's called. And it turns out he's a guy who's something. But it turns out that basically his guy, the guy who he was with, who when he was a human, sounds like a child molester, somebody who went after his little cousin. So he's dead. So I am just a free agent now, is what Robe says, this Ruggaroo. And Heiser is apparently coming around from the car crash. But Joan and Victor are able to get free. Unfortunately, they get back to the hotel, and Zeus is gone. And now Zeus is in a kind of a dreamscape akin to what Victor was at the beginning. And I think he's been captured. It's like, fuck, he's going to be turned into a Ruggaroo or something. And then at the end, we go back to the auntie, who's like, shit, he's coming. which I'm assuming is either Heiser or the Rougarou. Speaking of Rougarous, up you go, up you go. You know, so, and that's where it ends, which very much, it's like, okay, Joan has saved Victor, but the story is going to continue, and I very much can see this is the start of a series, or a continuation of a cycle, but it feels more like the start of a series is what this feels like of Empire of the Wild. It's like there's going to be another, which I'd be totally down for. I really like the kind of the physicality and the kind of how Joan's like, it's my husband, we have this deeply kind of physical, sexual, spiritual relationship, and it's like, it's there, and it's none of this kind of Christian purity thing. I like the other women who are under Heiser's kind of thing, and how they definitely have their own backstories, even though they're Cecile is deeply fucked up and a murderer, but also just like actually a fucked up real person, which is good. Heiser is more kind of an evil guy. You know, just straight evil, which, you know, it's a genre thing, so I'm pretty happy with that. And there's just some fucking just evil guys out there who probably go home to their loving family and are lovely, and then come out in the world and are evil motherfuckers who are destroying people's lives and peoples in the like the Métis and that and the native populations. So yeah, really enjoyed that. That was a good werewolf story. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later.